some foul trouble happen too, that they're looking around like, what's happened here? Because I know their intentions were good. I know the effort, but when things start going bad the way they did, it can just zap a lot of different things from you.
All right. Now, I find this interesting when you talk about maybe the guys at the time being a little shell-shocked, because it would be normal and somewhat expected for a lot of people to expect a still a kind of young basketball team to get back after a loss like that and have trouble shaking it off and going back to work. What really seemed to be encouraging was the fact that you gave the team the day off Sunday, and yet they took it upon themselves to not have a day off on their own.
Well, I think, again, it goes back, Craig, as a coach, and I've said this from before, as time goes on, it should be less of the staff and more of them, to where they understand as a team now that we've got to do this, we've got to get into each other. And I've always believed that when you're struggling, basketball life, anything, forget about yourself and find out what you can do for somebody else. And it takes pressure off of you. And I do think that we've got a group of guys, and we've talked about it all year. They like each other. They believe in each other. They want to. They're not an overly emotional group of guys. I mean, just like as I left shoot around yesterday, Rob Lazar, equipment guy, was asking me if I saw Cam. I said, well, I just left the forward, so we wanted to ask you something. So he and John Holmes came up to me and said, Coach, do you care if we wear the gray uniforms? And I looked at him, I said, all I'm telling you, if you wear the gray uniforms, you better win. You know, and John had already told those guys, if I'm going to go ask Coach that, you know, you guys better make sure you bring it. And but the fact that I like the fact that they, on their own, did that. I mean, you know, I think that's what you want as a coach. You want them to feel like it's theirs. They own it, and they're in it together. And I like that. And I think this team has been like that all year, where, like any team this year, we've had our ups and downs, but they've never been overly emotional. I wasn't real happy, obviously, after the way we played in terms of the details. And Rob Lanier had actually said, you know, Coach is cranky and irritable. And I said, I want you to know why. And I actually showed him that using certain clips from the Kansas game. This is why I am irritable. This is why I am cranky, because these are things we've talked about from day one. And these should be automatic, and it's not. And so I said, make these automatic, and I won't be so cranky, and I won't be so irritable.
You know, I've known you for 16